Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show that makes big winners out of the lowest scorers. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
I'm Lewis, this is my wife Eliza, and we're from Oxford.
Couple number two.
I'm John, and this is my wife Monica, and we're from Chesterfield.
Couple number three.
I'm Catherine, this is my husband Rakesh, and we're from Essex.
And finally, couple number four.
I'm Louisa, this is my brother James, and we're from Northampton.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. A very warm welcome to Pointless. It's wonderful to have you all here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a broadcaster who'd like Kate Winslet to play here in the movie of her life. Let's hope she'd help me onto the floating door if this ship hit an iceberg. It is my Pointless friend, it's Gabby Logan.
Hello.
Hello, Gabby.
How are you? Is it a little bit, I don't know, if you choose a really gorgeous Hollywood actress, are you being
No, I think that's completely right.
I just think she's a really good actress.
She's a great actress. She'd do you so well.
Yeah, I have actually been in a feature-length film playing myself, a film called Mike Bassett, England Manager. No? Nobody remember that one?
I remember that.
Do you
Yes,
remember
of
that?
course I do.
Yeah, and I had to play, it was quite hard, I had to play a football presenter. And I have my co-host Barry Venison, and we filmed this tiny scene, as happens in these big films, and it took all day.
Yeah,
I was prepared for that, because I know you have to suffer for your art, you
Well,
know?
of course.
Barry wasn't ready for that at all.
No.
He just
Well,
kept
he wouldn't
asking
be.
the director when we were going home, why it was taking so long. And then I went to the premiere, I think Atomic Kitten with the musical act who were in it. And our scene was down to all of 4 seconds.
Oh,
so
the
that
glamour.
was worth it.
Were you allowed to ad-lib as you were, or did they put Gabby Logan-type words into your mouth?
They gave us a loose idea of what to do, and then we were encouraged to be ourselves. And I went for it, and we had to celebrate an England goal. And the director said, roll around on the table. I thought I wouldn't do that ordinarily, but I thought I'll just go for it,
Why
you know.
not?
And yeah,
Why
all
not?
got cut anyway. So we have some lovely pairs today, 3 of whom we have met before, and of course Lewis and Eliza head-to-head in their first show, so they will be hoping to go one better on that today. John and Monica, this is the final time for them, so they are hoping they can just eliminate any of the gremlins that have troubled them so far and get themselves going. Catherine, Rakesh, I'm sure the same. But interesting, Louisa and James, siblings. I would be so proud if my children loved each other enough that they could guarantee not arguing with each other on national television. So more power to your parents.
Well said. Thank you very much indeed. Sandra and Martin got through to the final last time and did not win the jackpot. So we are adding another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £6,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. I'm just going to remind you before we start that it's always the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated. So just try and keep your scores as low as you can. Best of luck to everybody. Our first category today is track and field. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many medal-winning nations at the 2023 World Athletics Championships as they could. Gabby.
Love this question. We're looking for the name of any country, nation or territory other than the United Kingdom, Great Britain, who won at least 1 medal, either gold, silver or bronze, at the World Athletics Championships held in Budapest in August 2023. This is according to the final table as it appears on the World Athletics website. And please note, not all of the nations on this list are sovereign states recognised by the United Nations in their own right.
Thank you very much indeed. So there we are. Eliza, welcome back for show 2. Tell us a bit more about yourself, Eliza.
So I work in research finance, but in our spare time we also love a good board game. We've been recently searching for the next big thing, and we had one that lasted 9.5 hours.
Good.
It was a bit of an epic.
Yes.
I think I lost, but it was worth it.
What is the next good board game after, we all know, I mean, the king of good board games, I think we can all agree, is Monopoly.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
What is the next good board game?
It's called Twilight Struggle. It's like a Cold War battle. I don't think it's supposed to take 9.5 hours. It just took us that long, but yeah, it's really good.
Wow. So what's all territories?
Yes.
And
You're trying to-
spies and checkpoint Charlies and all
trying
that
to
kind of thing?
monopolise the world, yeah.
Wow. I like the sound of that a lot. Now, we're going to move from monopolising the world in that way to monopolising the world in an athletics-y kind of a way. What are you going to go for?
Oh, I really don't know my sports, but I'm just going to hope that Australia have won one.
Shall we see Australia? Let's see how many of our 100 people said Australia. And yes. Down goes Australia to 23. It's a terrific start to the round. Well done.
Yeah, they finished 12th in the medal table overall with 6 medals, 1 gold, 2 silver, 3 bronze. Nina Kennedy tied for gold in the women's pole vault. Very rare you get a tie in a field event, so it was incredibly exciting. Good that I get to say Nina Kennedy on the BBC again.
It's just wonderful to watch Gabby in her territory here. It's just fabulous to see. There's just a little moment of Pointless where it just turns into BBC Sport, and I love it. Superb. Now, Monica, welcome back for the third show. It's your last chance to tell us more about yourself, Monica.
Well, I retired 12 years ago, and since then we've done a lot of travelling. We've just recently come back from a safari in Kenya.
Goodness me. How many days did you spend on safari?
We didn't have that long. We only had eight days.
Wow.
But on our first game drive, we were just driving down. There was no other vehicles around, and this elephant appeared, walked over to our vehicle and stuck its trunk in to have a good smell of us.
Wow.
Our driver said it was trying to see if it recognised us, but...
And did it?
No.
Did it wink at anyone?
No, I don't know you.
No. Thrilling. Now, Monica, so any country, territory or nation that won any medal at the World Athletics Championships in 2023, what are you going to go for?
I think I'll go for Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, says Monica. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Ethiopia? Ethiopia is right. 23 is the only score we have at the moment. And you pass it. Look at that, Ethiopia down to 8. Very well done indeed, Monica.
Yeah, I'm surprised that is as low. But obviously, that's an athletics fan because they've got such an amazing heritage in distance running in particular. They finished 6th in the medal table, 9 medals, 2 golds, 4 silver, 3 bronze. Gudev Sagai won the women's 10,000 metres. Ethiopian runners took all 3 medals in that race. So, yeah, great answer.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. Now then, Rakesh, welcome back to Pointless. Tell us more about yourself.
I'm a school teacher, Zonda, and a few years ago there was a charity dinner at my school and the students were looking for a bit of after-dinner entertainment, so I offered to do a Bollywood dance.
How did it go?
I'm very enthusiastic. I like doing some dad dancing.
Yes.
It didn't go as well as I hoped.
And you did this solo?
I did the solo, yes.
That's a lot of burden to carry on your own shoulders.
In retrospect, it was a huge burden. Yeah.
How long did the song last for?
The song lasted about 3.5 minutes.
How many minutes too long was that, from your point of view?
It was a long time. Luckily, a few of the students joined in. They could see
thank goodness.
I was not doing it very well.
Oh, well, what kind students you have? Rakesh, I bet it was marvellous. I think you do yourselves down.
Thank you.
Rakesh, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to take a bit of a gamble, and I'm going to go for India.
India, says Rakesh. Shall we see how much of a gamble that is? India is right. 23 is our high score, 8 is our low. You passed a high score. Oh, look at that, down to 5, Rakesh. Very well done.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, India finished joint 18th in the medal table with a gold medal, and Neeraj Chopra won the men's javelin, giving them their first ever gold medal at the World Athletics Championships. So, really good answer.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Louisa, welcome to Pointless.
Hi.
Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Louisa.
So I'm a university student at the moment, studying English at Cambridge. So
Which college are you at
I'm
Cambridge?
at Clare.
And how are you enjoying it?
I'm loving it so far. I'm first year, I'm moving into second year, so I've just done a year already. But it's been really good so far. It's been great. So.
Very good. And what sort of things are you doing for fun?
Well, I play football, so I play football for the uni team.
Very good.
And I've kind of always played. We're quite a big football family, so I've always played football.
So
really.
do you get? Is every term just packed with fixtures then?
Yeah, because we do college football and
Yeah.
then uni football as well, so it's
Yeah.
kind of a bit Saturdays and then Wednesdays and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
A lot of work involved. Now, Louisa, what are you going to go for?
Not great on athletics. I think I'm going to try Kenya.
Kenya, says Louisa. Let's see how many of our 100 said Kenya. Kenya, absolutely right. Look at that, smashing it down to 14. Very well done indeed, Louisa.
Yeah, Kenya, huge athletics country in terms of the middle and distance running medals they've won over time. Finished 5th in the medal table, 10 medals, 3 gold, 3 silver, 4 bronze. Faith Kipyegon won both the women's 1500 and the 5,000 metres, first woman to ever win both of those events. There was also a gold medal for Mary Mora in the 800 metres, who pipped Keely Hodgkinson of Great Britain into second place. Bit of extra
I like that.
middle distance knowledge for you there.
Very nice. Perfect. Just what we wanted. Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 5, the best score of the pass, Rakesh. Very well done. India, a superb answer. 8 is where we find Monica and John. 14 is where we find Louisa and James. And then up to 23, Eliza and Lewis. You're a little bit ahead. Lewis, are you any more comfortable with this than Eliza?
Not really.
No,
It'll be a gamble.
Maybe some brilliant idea will suddenly land in your head in the next pass. Let's hope so. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? James, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, James.
So, similarly to my sister, she started university at Manchester, just a year behind, and really enjoying it so far. Haven't been there too long, but been good so far. So.
And how exciting, putting in an appearance on Pointless as well. That will... Actually, by the time this comes out, you'll probably have graduated. So who knows? So what are you studying?
Politics and history.
Politics and history. And what are you doing for fun?
Well, again, similarly, football fan, massive football fan, helped influence my decision to go to Manchester University because I'm a big Man United fan. But yeah, just playing football Sundays at the moment, and hopefully when uni gets going, Saturdays and Wednesdays too. So.
Very good. That's a polite way of saying hoping I'll get into the 11. Yeah. Very good. Now, James, well, good luck with that. You are on 14. Should you score 8 or less, you're straight into round 2.
OK. Well, again, athletics isn't my strong suit, but I'm going to go for Nigeria.
Nigeria, says James. Shall we see if we can get you close to or below this red line with Nigeria? Oh, bad luck, James. I'm so sorry, Nigeria. An incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 114.
Yeah, it is an incorrect answer, and really unlucky as well, because in previous World Championships, you know, they've won medals, but this was not their championships. So, sorry about that.
There we are. Sorry, James. Now, Catherine, welcome back to Pointless. Tell us a bit more about yourself, Catherine.
Well, I can be a little bit accident-prone. And one time I set fire to my hair in a pub.
How did you do that?
There was a fashion at the time for pubs having lots of candles.
Oh, I see.
And everywhere. And there was also a fashion for having very straight hair. And
lots of...
I had put a special spray that I've never put on before, you know, flattening it down. And we were all talking, and I sort of leant back to laugh at what somebody was saying. And... well, the next thing I knew, I was on the floor with a lot of coats on top of me. But apparently there was a large inferno coming off my head.
Goodness me. I mean, were you all right?
I was, yeah, because it was mostly the spray, I think, that went up.
Yeah.
And I had a little bit of singeing. But I was given a free drink and then carried on the night.
Just carried on. New hairstyle. Never looked back.
No.
Catherine, you're on 5. Doesn't matter what you're going to score here. You're through, whatever. So as medal winners at the World Athletics Championships of 2023.
I'm going to go for, because I know they've got some terrific runners, Norway.
Norway, says Catherine. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Norway. Norway is right. Well, no red line as you're already through. But Norway's a great answer, 10, taking your total up to 15. Very well done.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Catherine. They finished 9th in the medal table with 4 medals, 2 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. Jakob Ingebrigtsen won the men's 5,000 metres and also got a silver in the 1,500. And Karsten Warholm won the men's 400-metre hurdles. So they're having a very rich vein of success at the moment, Norway.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. John, welcome back. Good to have you with us another time. Tell us a bit more about yourself, John.
Well, I've got an embarrassing story I can tell you.
Oh, good.
When I was bird watching in Kenya, down Malindi Way, and we went out, myself, my pal Gary and the guide Jonathan, to look for this bird called Clark's Weaver, which is in the forest at the back of Malindi. We found the birds, we stood there looking at them, and suddenly I got all this itching and pinching all over my body, and the guide suddenly says, "We're standing on an ant's nest, run for it." when we stopped, by the time we stopped, these ants were getting down into the trouser department. So the only thing we could do was just strip naked in the middle of the forest and pick all these ants all off us.
I suddenly see bird watching. There's a lot more to bird watching than meets the eye, isn't there? John, you're on 8. Doesn't matter what you score, you're through to the next round. What would you like to go for?
Well, this is our last round. I don't want to blow it, but I think I'll take a risk now and go for Bahrain.
Bahrain, says John. Shall we see how many of our 100 said Bahrain? There's no red line for you. You're already through. Very well done indeed, John. Bahrain, absolutely right. And look at that. Oh, it's a pointless answer. Very well done indeed, John. Being a pointless answer, of course, it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £6,250. It scores you nothing, and it leaves your total at 8. It is just terrific. Very well done, John.
Yeah, Bahraini medals at the World Championships are very rare indeed. They finished joint 18th in the medal table with just the one medal, a gold, in the women's 3,000 steeplechase for Winfred Yavi.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. Now, Lewis, welcome back. Good to have you with us a second time. Tell us more about yourself, Lewis.
I'm doing a PhD in philosophy right now, and when my research doesn't scratch the philosophical itch, I also co-host a podcast in philosophy.
And how often do you do that?
We do that every few weeks or so. We interview other PhD students in philosophy, ask them about their research, the discipline of philosophy, that kind of thing.
And are you finding that people all over the world are tuning into it and subscribing?
Yeah, well, I like to think so. We've had guests come on from North America, from various European countries as well. We got one from Australia coming up too.
It's good for
you.
you.
It's been really nice to meet people from all around the world.
Good stuff. Well done you, Lewis. You are on 23. If you can score 90 or less, you are into the next round.
Fantastic. So I was a bit torn between a riskier one and a safer one. I'm going to go for Jamaica, which I think should probably have a sprinter.
Well, let's hope so. Jamaica. Shall we see how many of our 100 said Jamaica? There is your red line. Jamaica is right and sees you through. Very well done indeed, Lewis. Down it goes to 30, taking your total up to 53.
Yeah, they finished 4th in the medal table with 12 medals, 3 golds, 5 silver, 4 bronze, golds for Sharika Jackson in the women's 200, Danielle Williams in the women's 100-metre hurdles, and Antonio Watson in the men's 400 metres. So, yeah, it was a fairly safe bet, wasn't it, Jamaica? Well done, but I'm surprised it was quite a low answer.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Should we have a look at some more pointless answers as well? We've got Bahrain, of course, which was a great answer from you, John. And you could have also had Barbados, British Virgin Islands, Burkina Faso as well. They had their first ever World Athletics title in the men's triple jump. Israel, Morocco, Puerto Rico, Romania, Serbia and Venezuela. Well done to you at home if you've got any of those.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. That brings us to the end of our first round. It also means we have to say goodbye to our first pair. And James and Louise, so what kind of a welcome is this? I'm so sorry. But yes, that was really unlucky there, James. I'm sorry on that score. I mean, any other year, as Gabby said, it would have been fine. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you again next time. Look forward to it. But meanwhile, thank you so much, James and Louisa. But for the remaining 3 pairs, now time for round 2. Well done, everybody. We survived/thrived in that round on athletics. Here we are in round 2, down to 3 pairs. John and Monica, our lowest combined scorers, owing largely to the fact that John was our lowest individual scorer with a pointless answer. So very, very well done there on the middle podium. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is the news. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns words in the titles of UK newspapers. Gabby.
On each board, we're going to give you 6 clues to single words which have been used in the titles of newspapers or journals listed on the British Newspaper Archive website as of July 2023. Please give us the word the fewest of our 100 new. We've got 6 on the first pass, 6 on the second. That's 12 for you playing along at home. Best of luck.
Thank you very much. Oh, this is fun. This is going to be great. So we are looking for these words which appear or have appeared in the names of UK newspapers. Here's our first board of 6 clues. Someone who watches a sporting event. S9. Liquid silvery metal with the chemical symbol Hg. M7. Lawyer who speaks for someone or defends them in court. A8. simple wind instrument associated with being taught in primary schools are 8, having a round shape, C, 8, and last word in the name of the football teams of West Bromwich and Brighton and Hove, A, 6. There we are. Lewis, it's over to you.
Gosh, this is a interesting one. Just counting up the number of letters in a word.
Yes.
I think I'll go for the last word in the name of the football teams, West Bromwich and Brighton and Hove, Albion.
Albion, says Lewis. Shall we see how many of our 100 said Albion? Albion is absolutely right. Down it goes to 65.
And papers with Albion in the title include the Liverpool Albion and the Middleton Albion. Albion is an archaic or poetic name for England.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. John?
I think I know all of them, but which one to choose? I'll try the top one, sporting events as spectator.
Spectator, says John for the top one. Let's see how many of our 100 said spectator. Well, it's right. 65 is the only score we have at the moment, and you pass it the spectator, 52.
Papers include County Down Spectator. A synonym for spectator is observer, which also appears in the titles of many newspapers from places ranging from Ballymena to Bexhill-on-Sea.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, Catherine, this is your board. Would you like to dazzle us by filling in all the blanks?
Well, the second one down is Mercury. The wind instrument is a recorder. A round shape is a circular. And I'm going to go for the lawyer, who is an advocate.
Advocate, says Catherine. Shall we see how many of our 100 said advocate? Advocate is absolutely right. Well, 65 is the high, 52 is the low. You passed both of those. Down to 16. Very well done indeed, Catherine. Well chosen.
Workman's advocate, Merthyr Tydfil, and tenant farmer's advocate. The name of the drink, avocar, probably comes from the Dutch for lawyer's drink. And this is supposedly from its throat-soothing effect because, of course, lawyers are very eloquent and have to talk all the time.
Yeah. And they're always nipping off for a quick...
Like presenters of Pointless. I think you should have a little glass there. It's the Christmas drink, isn't it?
I think it probably is.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever knowingly drunk it, actually. It's one of those drinks that you have to go, ugh, but it's probably delicious.
It looks really lovely, as it looks like the drink you'd want to drink, doesn't it? It was the lowest scoring answer on the board, and Catherine did a very good job of clearing the board up for us. So Mercury, the liquid silvery metal, would have scored you 58. The wind instrument recorder would have scored you 71, high-scoring answer, and circular would have been 51.
Thank you very much. That brings us to the halfway mark. So a nice opportunity to have a little recap of the scores. 16, the best score of the past, Catherine. Very well done indeed. Then we travel up to 52, where we find John and Monica, and a short hop and a skip up to 65, where we find Lewis and Eliza. So, Eliza, you will get the next board. Maybe there'll be a lovely low-scoring answer left on it by the time we get to you. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more clues to words that have appeared in the titles of UK newspapers on the board. And here they are. Repetition of a sound caused by the reflection of sound waves from a surface. E4. Business or person that pays to promote their products or service. A10. Brass instrument like a trumpet, used especially for military calls. B5. Black and white crow with the scientific name pica pica that is associated with superstitions, M6. Surname of the US tennis player Jim, who won the French and Australian Opens in 1992, C7. And communication device invented by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, T9. There we are, Rakesh.
I would like to go for the surname of the US tennis player, please. Courier.
Courier, says Rakesh. You're on 16, so 48 or less gets you through to the next round. There is your red line. I like to think Courier will get you through. Let's find out. Courier is absolutely right. There we are. You are in the head-to-head. Down goes to 12, an exceptional round for the pair of you. That takes your total up to 28.
Very good. The Dundee Courier and the Manchester Courier, just two newspapers with that in the title. Jim Courier won the French Open in 1991 as well, and the Australian Open in 1993.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Monica. Monica, you're on 52. We're looking for a score of 12 or less from you, ideally.
OK, yeah, I know all of them, but working out which one's going to be low out of that lot, I don't know. I suppose with deference to John, I'll go for the black and white crow and say it's a magpie.
Magpie, says Monica, in deference to John. There is your red line. Let's see where we end up with Magpie. Magpie is right. 55 for Magpie, taking your total up to 107.
The Bristol magpie was once in existence but ceased in 1911. They're very intelligent birds, shown to have the ability to make and use tools, imitate human speech, and play games and work in teams as well. Of course, the most famous magpie team, my team, Newcastle United.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. Now, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you are on 65. 41 or less gets you into the head-to-head. Can you talk us through the board?
Yeah, I can do my best. I think the top one's Echo. I think then it might be Advertiser, but I don't know. I think the bottom one's Telephone, but I'm going to go for the brass instrument and hope that it's the lowest of them and say Bugle.
Bugle, says Eliza. Here is your red line. Can we get you below that with Bugle? Bugle's right. 48 for Bugle takes your total up to 113.
Yes, the Black Country Bugle. Unlike trumpets, bugles usually don't have any valves. I'm sure you knew that.
Yeah.
Not quite right on the board there, Eliza, in terms of the answer. Should we go through them all and you can see where the lowest score would have come? The top of the board there would have been Echo 64, so that would have been no good to you. But the next answer, A, Advertiser 34, that would have seen you through. And it was 71 for Telephone, which would also not have been any use to you. So really, it was Advertiser was the one you needed.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. That brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to Eliza and Lewis, I'm sorry to say. Brilliant head-to-headers in your first show. Round two, this show. Next show, we will take it all away. Anyway, thank you so much for playing. Eliza and Lewis. For the remaining two pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Huge congratulations, Catherine and Rakesh, John and Monica. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £6,250. But just before we play the head-to-head round, let's see if we can find a couple of pointless answers and add some money to that jackpot. So here goes for fun. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many plays by Chekhov as they could. Gabby.
Yes, you will see 6 options. 4 are plays written by the Russian playwright Anton Chekhov, 2 of which are scoring, 2 are pointless, and 2 are not plays by Anton Chekhov at all. £250 into the jackpot for each pointless answer.
Thank you very much indeed. So can you find the pointless Chekhov plays from these 6? Here we go. The Wood Demon, A Marriage Proposal, The Pistol Fired, The Bear, Generations, Swan Song. Does anybody know anything, first of all, about Chekhov and his plays?
It's not any of the Chekhov plays I've ever heard of. So
In which case, Catherine and Rakesh, do you want to nominate one for fun?
I would go for The Wood Demon. I feel like some of his plays were kind of natural,
sort of in forests.
Yeah,
Shall we go
I feel like
for
that.
The Wood Demon? Let's see if that is a pointless Chekhov play. The Wood Demon is absolutely a Chekhov play. And it's a pointless one, so very, very well done indeed, Catherine and Rakesh. Playing an absolute blinder today, you two. Now, John and Monica.
What do you want to go for? Just pick one. The bear. The bear?
Shall we see if The Bear is a pointless Chekhov play? It's another Chekhov play. It's all looking good, Monica. Oh! Annoyingly, 6 of our 100 knew that that was a Chekhov play.
OK, shall we clear this up then?
Yes.
Do you know your Chekhov?
I know, I think there's a conceit called Chekhov's gun, which is all about if a gun is there, it has to be
Fired.
Has to be fired. So the pistol fired will be a red herring.
Correct.
There we are.
It is a red herring, and you're absolutely right. It's to do with his dramatic principle that if you see a gun, it's going to get fired in a play at some point. Which is the other red herring, then?
I think Swan Song is real, and I think a marriage proposal is real.
Well, let's see if you're right on those, then. If you'd said Swan Song, you'd have got 1 point. And if you'd said a marriage proposal, you've got another pointless answer, which means you're absolutely right. Generations is a red herring, and Star Trek Generations was the last Star Trek film to feature Walter Koenig as the character Chekhov.
There we are.
It's
Brilliant.
a link.
Thank you very much indeed. And well done. You managed to find one pointless answer, which means we can add £250 to the jackpot. So it now stands at £6,500. But who will be playing for it? Well, let's find out in the head-to-head. Now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. You're now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Best of luck to both pairs. Here is our first question, and it's all about pond life, Gabby.
Yes, we're going to show you 5 pictures of creatures that can be found in ponds. We've added their initial letters and blank spaces for the missing letters. Please give us the piece of pond life the fewest of our 100 new.
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal our 5 pieces of pond life, and here they come. We've got A, P, S. B, G, C, N. C, S. D, T. And E, W, S. There we are. Well, Catherine and Rakesh, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
I think it's great common newt is B.
OK.
I think we're going to go for B, which I think is great common newt.
You're going to go for great common newt for B. Right, John and Monica, would you like to talk us through that board?
A is a pond skater. C is a stickleback. D is tadpole. And I think E is water scorpion, so I think that's the one we go for.
You're going to go for E, water scorpion. Catherine and Rakesh, you're going for great common newt. Shall we see if that's right? Shall we see how many of our 100 people said that for B? No bad luck, not the great common newt. Which means, John and Monica, you merely have to be correct with your answer E, water scorpion, to win the point. Shall we find out if you are? It is a water scorpion. Very well done indeed. And I have a feeling that's going to be a low score. But crucially, yes, there we are. 8. Crucially, it was right. It means after 1 question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, and John did a very good job with the board as well. The lowest answer on the board was indeed the water scorpion. And shall we clear up great common newt? It's actually great crested newt. That would have scored 21 had you got crested. So John's answer would have beaten that anyway. But let's clear it up then. John was correct. Pond skater would have got you 23 points. The stickleback, C, would have scored 13 points. And the tadpole, unsurprisingly, quite a high 76.
Thank you very much indeed. Now then, here comes our second question. Catherine and Rakesh, you've got to win this one to stay in the game. However, it is slightly angled in John and Monica's favour in that they get to answer it first, so good luck. Our second question is all about free things.
We're going to give you 5 clues to things that all begin with the letters free, F-R-E-E. Please tell us the answer you think is most obscure.
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal our 5 free things, and here they are. Title of a 1984 UK #1 single for Wham! Capital city of Sierra Leone. On the standard London Monopoly board, the corner square diagonally opposite Go. The height of a ship's hull from the waterline to the deck. And surname of Morgan, who won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar in 2005 for his role in $1 Million Baby. There we are. John and Monica will go first.
Right, we're going for the capital of Sierra Leone, which is Freetown.
Freetown, say John and Monica. Now then, Catherine and Rakesh, would you like to talk us through that board?
I think we probably would have gone for Freetown, wouldn't we?
Yeah. I think the UK #1 single is Freedom. I think free parking is opposite go. I don't know what the height of a ship's hull is. I think it might be Morgan Freeman, the actor.
Yeah. I think we've got to try and go for the height of the hull to be better than... I don't think the other two are going to beat Freetown.
Do you know what it is?
I don't, but it's... Let's have a think.
Or I think we just go for free parking.
OK, we'll go for free parking.
OK, you're going to say free parking. So we have Freetown and we have free parking. John and Monica went for Freetown. Let's see if that is the capital of Sierra Leone. It very much is the capital of Sierra Leone. And down it goes to 19. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Catherine and Rakesh have gone for free parking, the space on the Monopoly board opposite go. How many of our 100 said that? Free parking is right. Down that goes to 32, and that means very well done indeed, John and Monica. After only 2 questions, you are straight through to the final 2-0.
It's quite nice to live in a free town with free parking.
Yeah. Oh, how nice.
But you were absolutely right, Catherine. You did really have to kind of give it a go with the height of a ship's hull if you'd wanted to take a point
what would you
from
guess,
this one.
I wonder, for that?
I was going to say freedom. No, it could... No, I don't know. Free long, something like that.
If you carried on guessing for a while, you probably would have got eventually to free board. And at 2 points, that was the lowest scoring answer on the board. And you'd have been OK. Freedom was the title of a 1984 UK #1, of course, for Wham! And that was 38 points. And Morgan Freeman was a high-scoring 68.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby. And that brings us to the end of our head-to-head round. And the pair we say goodbye to is Catherine and Rakesh. I mean, you've been brilliant all day today. Lovely low score after low score. And you found that lovely pointless answer as well in the bonus round. But we have to say goodbye to you for now. We'll see you again next time, and I hope you can take it one step further. But thank you so much for playing, Catherine and Rakesh. For John and Monica, it is now time for the pointless final. Congratulations, John and Monica. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win the pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is a proper jackpot, standing as it does at £6,500. Well, I mean, you have been fantastic. We've seen some early departures from you, though. Last show, John, you took a massive gamble on the Two Noble Kinsmen, I think you went for, didn't you? Pointless always respects people who take a gamble. And, you know, it always looks after people, eventually. And here we are in this last show for you, and here you are in the final. It'd be lovely to send you home with that jackpot. What would you like to see come up?
Bats.
Bats.
Whales.
Bats, whales, and obviously
Anything
birds.
geography.
Anything geographical.
Yeah.
OK. Let's just see what today's selection looks like. There'll be 4 things. Maybe bats, maybe whales, you never know. P.G. Wodehouse on TV, Irish folk music, the Bible, Scandinavian film directors. It's almost exactly what you asked for. Amazing. Uncanny. What are we thinking?
Yeah, Bible, it'll have to be. I don't know anything about that either.
OK, it's going to be the Bible.
OK, we're looking for, in the King James Version of the Bible, the names of any of the 12 sons of Jacob born to him in the book of Genesis. Or we're looking for the short form title of any of the books of the New Testament in the King James Version of the Bible that are known as Paul's epistles, or the Pauline epistles. These are the books that are attributed to St. Paul. Where there are numbered books of the same title, we'll accept them separately, but we do need the number. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Give us a clue.
Joseph.
Joseph. Child name, I don't know any epistles.
The epistle to the Ephesians, I think that was one.
Oh, I'll go for that one then.
I can't think of another one now.
Couple of names. Anybody's name? Eli?
Eli. Yeah, that'll do.
Joe?
No, Eli will do.
We need 2.
We've got Joseph.
No, everybody knows
Job
Joseph.
and Eli. Then.
Job and Eli.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any women?
No.
There's always a woman in it.
Sons.
Oh, no, sons.
It's in the question. That'll do. Yeah, that's it.
OK,
We're
we'll
done.
stop the clock. What can you give me?
The 12 sons, so Job and Eli.
Job and Eli.
And Paul's epistle to the Ephesians.
And the Ephesians, Epistle to the Ephesians. Of those three, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
The Ephesians, I think.
OK, Ephesians we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Job.
Job, and then Eli goes in the middle. So Job, Eli, and the Epistle to the Ephesians. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have Job, and we have Eli, and we have Ephesians. Well, very, very best of luck. £6,500 is up for grabs if one of these turns out to be pointless. What would you like to do with that? John, I'm going to ask you first.
Probably a new pair of binoculars for bird watching.
That would be nice. Monica?
I'd spend it on a business class ticket to Melbourne to see our daughter.
Oh, very
I'd
nice.
go on my own.
Go on your own. Leave John with his binoculars.
He can have his binoculars, yeah.
OK, well, very, very best of luck. Your first answer was Job. In this case, we're looking for the 12 sons of Jacob. Everyone around the country is desperately singing through Jacob, Jacob and Son, hoping they can remember these sons of Jacob. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said Job. Is it right? Might it be pointless? OK, Job, an incorrect answer. Let's swiftly move on to Eli, your next answer. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Eli for £6,500. Might this be pointless? No, bad luck. I'm afraid Eli is incorrect. We now turn to your third and final answer. In this case, we're looking for Paul's epistles, and you have gone for Ephesians. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Ephesians. Might this be pointless? Ephesians is right. Your first answer, Job, was incorrect. Your second answer, Eli, was incorrect. But St. Paul's epistle to the Ephesians is absolutely right. Down we go to single figures with Ephesians, still going down 6. Well, I know there are so many categories that you'd have been absolutely fantastic, and I'm so sorry that you didn't get a category that landed well for you. But, I mean, that was a game attempt, and 6 is not a bad score at all, but I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but you do win today's Pointless Trophy, so very, very well done indeed for that, John and Monica.
Thank you.
Well, it was a really tough one because there was only one pointless answer for the 12 sons of Jacob part of the question, probably because people did actually remember the song while they were being asked it, and that was Zebulun, the 6th son born of Jacob and his first wife, Leah. Moving on to Paul's epistles, here are some of the pointless answers you could have had. 1 Thessalonians, 1 Timothy, Philippians and Titus. And the other pointless answers were the second letter to the Thessalonians, the second letter to Timothy, Colossians and Philemon. Well done to you at home if you got a pointless answer there.
Thank you very much indeed, Gabby, and thank you, John and Monica. It's been wonderful having you on the show, and I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £7,500. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Gabby.
Bye-bye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.